welcome to the audience. Today, my topic is the Palestine and Israel conflict. And there, I will try my best to present the historical context of the conflict and the 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 criteria of justice that must be applied and how peace is possible in between Palestine and Israel. So, if looking into its historical context, I would say that according to Balfour Declaration, Britishers just agreed with Israel, with some Jews people in early 20th century that we will help you in establishing a separate homeland if you just help us in fighting during the World War I. And at that time, of course, Jews helped them. And after that, after World War II, when the liberal world order came into being, and United Nations was held, uh, a separate homeland for Israel and for Jewish people was established on the base of partition plan of United Nations supported by dominant hegemonic European powers, including United States of America and Britishers. And I think at that time, Russia was also supporting that perspective. So after that, two-state solution, two states were declared, but actually the Palestine has never been independent in the history. And in 1967, uh, Israel again attacked Palestine and some of the areas of Israel and some of the areas of Syria and Egypt, including Sinai Peninsula and Golan Heights and Eastern Jerusalem, and occupied these areas. And after that, in 1973, Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, and supported by multiple Arab powers, again attacked Israel, and in result they got back the lately occupied areas. Although the Israel has been occupying the Palestinian territories. The occupations and settlements had never been stopped, and new Jewish community from the Europe and all over the world has been welcomed by the Israel into the Palestinian territories. So again in after that, in 1979, because Egypt came into agreement with Israel that we come into a peace agreement. And after that, in 2020, uh, Bahrain and UAE also came into agreement with Israel that we will not never fight again on the issue of Palestine, and they have been cooperating with Israel as well. But in just October 2023, uh, at the time when after G20 summit, United States of America and the other members of G20 summit announced that we are going to establish an India Middle East European corridor that will pass from the many Arab countries, including UAE and uh, Saudi Arabia, and then Israel, and connecting it to the Europe, connecting India to the Europe. Uh, at that time, the Hamas severely felt that the issue of the issue of Palestine has been totally ignored by Arab states, and the world is going towards an interdependence and geo-economic cooperation. So it is the high time to decide either to die a slow death or to react immediately and let the world decide on the basis of their conscience. Either it is justice to totally ignore the Palestinian issue. So at that time, on 7th October 2023, Hamas attacked Israel on this cause, and before this attack, about 100 people of Hamas have been killed by Israeli forces. That was the that has already been continued as well. And just it was the time when Hamas reacted to the Israel and attacked on it. and of course they got multiple benefits as well, because getting the public opinion and at once again activating the international community about the Palestinian cause. It was a success from their side, but its cost is also a big, looking into the lens of the war crimes committed by Israel, and the many journalists, women, children have been killed in the Palestinian territories, and hospitals have not been killed, uh, and the houses have and civilians, children and women, everything has been attacked, and severe war crimes have been even accepted by the International Court of Justice. So this is the situation that is still going on between Israel and Palestine. And although Israel has withdrawn his army, but still the bombings and attacks have been continued time to time. So, if we talk about the how what is the actual justice that should be exercised between Israel and Palestine. Actually, we all are aware that in the Charter of United Nations it is mentioned that the when the third world was being decolonialized, it was the basic self-determination right of the people of that territory, that they had to decide who has to rule there, who will be there, who will control their political authority. So it was their right actually. Basically, there is no base for Israel to have any kind of control on these territories. So, uh, but let's once understand what's we concede that the United Nations is the institution of peace and justice. Again, if we again say that the partition plan what was given for the Palestinian separate homeland was not actually applied as it was, because no Palestinian territory has been established since 1948. Actually, the two-state solution is just, if we just come into reconciliation with United Nations, that considering it, assuming it as an institution of peace and justice. But in many cases, because we contradict that in Vietnam and in Afghanistan, Iraq, whatever happened, United Nations was openly failed in providing justice to the people of their territories. So the justice is to undo Israel, while the requirement of reconciliation and the criteria of justice that had been set are imposed by the world powers and United Nations. According to that, at least there should be a separate homeland for Palestinians. This is the justice, and the varying criteria of justice uh, again and again enforces the separate homeland of Palestinians, at least. And if we say that how permanent peace is possible, I think whatever is applied, permanent peace is not possible until the Israeli dream of greater Israel is remaining. So thank you very much. I will request you all guys to share my video as well, and support me on the social media platforms to build a best possible analysis and opinion that we can provide to the youth, the Pakistani youth, and the people all over the world, to building a public opinion based on justice. Thank you very